I can finally tell you guys the big news that I have been holding in for quite a few months. Obviously, if you guys watch the CTFXC, you guys know that we have announced that I am officially pregnant. I am into my second trimester, which is like, it's still kind of a very overwhelming feeling for me to understand and know that I am actually pregnant. I am pregnant. I have a baby inside of me, and like saying that out loud right now to you, to this camera, is still even kind of overwhelming and a little bit surreal. I am so happy I can finally tell you guys. I'm so happy that I can finally, like, oh my God, talk about it, because I feel like I've kept it a secret for so long from so many people, including yourselves, that I just want to talk about it all the time now. I have over 3 months worth of like built up conversations that I want to have. We are going to have our first child, and it is like the coolest thing ever. What I thought I would do today is kind of talk to you guys about what I was going through when I found out I was pregnant, and some other little details maybe that kind of just starts the story off. We did do a Q&A on the CTFXC, but kind of like jumped around, not a Q&A, but we just did a little conversation about when I found out I was pregnant, but I thought I could kind of go a little bit more into detail here. And if you don't like it, turn off now, because there's probably gonna be a lot of baby talk. So where this all started, the day that I found out, actually let's go back just a smidge. I've never really had a period that was normal. It's always been early or it's been late. It's never been the same day as long as I can remember. It's never been even sometimes the same week. Like I've had it where it's 2 weeks early or 2 weeks late. It's never been consistent, but it always comes. I'm not on birth control. That's a decision that I have made for myself for a very, very long time. I had complications with birth control when I was younger, and I kind of made the conscious decision that if I was going to be having sex, that I had to choose alternative ways to be as safe as possible. Charles and I have been talking for a really long time about having kids. We had been discussing when we were gonna start, and we have a different situation. So we have been told that we more than likely wouldn't be able to conceive the natural way, which is how we conceived and how most people conceive. That more than likely we would have to be inseminated or go an alternative route due to Charles' past with being on chemo and things of that sort. We weren't necessarily really trying, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. You know, we were both very nervous, very excited. When I took the tests, as you probably heard in the CTFXC, took multiple tests. First 2 came out, I say inconclusive, which I know everyone says I've never heard of that before. Well, you either get 1 line not pregnant, 2 lines pregnant. The first one that I took was like a 1 line, and then kind of a little bit like this much of the second line, and then the second one I took was not even a full first line. So that's why I say inconclusive. I had Charles go back. I took about 4 more pregnancy tests, and they all said pregnant, because it actually wrote it out. Pregnant. Like that. Pregnant. I was very scared. I was overwhelmed. I actually said in the bathroom, oh bleep, oh bleep, oh bleep, oh bleep, oh bleep. And it wasn't a bad oh bleep. It was just like a holy cow, like I'm pregnant. Like everything just like rushes through, and it's crazy and it's overwhelming and it's beautiful, but it's something that I think you cannot prepare yourself for, even if you're trying to have children. That actual moment when you find out that you're pregnant, whew, God, it's overwhelming. It's very, very overwhelming. Charles heard me in the bathroom saying my little spiel, and came in and he's like, is everything okay? What's wrong? Is everything okay? And I told him that I was pregnant, and he started crying, and he was very emotional. I started crying, I was very emotional. It was crazy, because like we ended up calling my mom and telling her right away, because I was so scared. And I was not scared. I was scared. I'm gonna be honest, I was scared. I don't know why I was scared, but I was scared just because I think you think of like your days or your weeks or whatever leading up to that very point when you found out you were pregnant, and you're like, well, I did this, you know, a couple weeks ago, and I did that, and you automatically think of all the negative things that maybe that went on leading up to that moment. Also, I thought about how much my life is gonna change, and it scared me a lot. But it was like a whole bunch of just emotions and feelings that kind of just swept in all at once. I told my mom and she didn't blame me, which is the funniest part because if you guys didn't know, my sister's also pregnant. So my sister found out about a week or two before that. And so my mom thought I was kind of like joking and didn't really believe me, but I think she could tell afterwards from the tone of my voice that I was like freaking out. Like, yeah, this stuff's real. Like there's something up in here. Told my mom, we ended up telling Melissa as well because we were getting ready to meet up with her and a couple friends. And I kind of wanted to let her know why I wasn't drinking at this event. And we had a friend with us who, if I wasn't drinking, she would know something's up. So I had to kind of like play this like I'm not feeling good. But yeah, so I found out, and then I don't know, it's kind of like a whirlwind after that. Like time really went by quickly because by the time you find out you're pregnant, you're usually like about 5 to 6 weeks typically, and you don't realize how much time has already passed, and like you're like, holy crap, I'm into my first trimester, halfway through it kind of. And that's like a lot to take in too, is the fact that you've already been pregnant for over a month and you have 8 months left. Like you have less than 8 months left. That freaked me out too. Like, oh my God, now you're telling me I don't even have the 9 months, I have like less than 8 months? Like what? It was scary. I was scared. So that was like the start of all of this. The creation, the start of the little baby Trippy. It was just a lot to take in. The next step was for me to go ahead and make a doctor's appointment. I went there, I had my first sonogram, which the first sonogram is so interesting because I didn't know that the first sonogram is actually vaginal. Again, guys, if you don't like this info, go ahead, just skip through. So the first one is vaginal, and I didn't know that, but it makes sense because the baby's so small. The baby is like itsy tiny thing. It's like a little tadpole. It was real for me. I was so scared. Like you just are, because I didn't want to get my hopes up. So this is a little bit of information that is kind of hard for me to share. Going into that first sonogram, because Charles and I have been told for so long that more than likely we wouldn't be able to conceive like the normal way, you kind of just don't get your hopes up. And that's kind of where I was just kind of like, I'm going in there and I don't want to sit down on this table and be surprised if there's something not moving. Like it's very vulnerable and very hard for me to talk about, but I just didn't want to get my hopes up. And that first sonogram, when they showed the little tadpole Casper looking guy, it was cool. It was like crazy because I was like, oh my God, there is something in there, and there's like a little movement, and you're like, oh my God, that's a baby. Like there's a real live thing in me. Like that's my baby. Like it's, holy crap, like I'm making a baby, like it's alive. Like I thought about that. Like I was just so amazed that we had gotten to that point. We gotten to the point of like, we're in good shape so far. We're in good shape. There's baby in there. The first sonogram was like overwhelming and cool and crazy, and you do all these different things. They do tests and they ask you questions, and you know, it's a lot. The first time you go and do all that stuff, it's it's just a lot. It's a lot of questions. It's a lot of figuring things out. It's just a lot. Time passed, obviously, and I had my second sonogram. And I will say that my second sonogram definitely felt more real to me than my first sonogram, because my second sonogram, I could see the baby's heartbeat, and I could see the baby's arms moving up and down like crazy, like going like that. I could see the legs. I could see the baby's brain. I could see little fingers starting to form, and it was just so crazy cool. And I was like, oh my God, we've like made it to this point. We've made it to this point where the baby's growing and the baby's doing good, and like the baby's healthy and the baby is here. Like the baby's still here. It was a lot. That was a lot for me. Such a great feeling, because I was so scared. Like my first trimester, I was so scared, because they say, you know, you want to wait till the 3-month mark before you really tell anybody. Obviously we told some family members before that 3-month mark hit, but I was still really scared that maybe I told them too early, or you know, I was gonna get my hopes up again. And I know a lot of people are gonna look at this and be like, why are you so negative? And it's not about me being negative. I was just being understandable of what could potentially happen with any person. It doesn't even matter if your husband or however you conceived a baby, if that person in the other part that has to be part to make the baby, like, has ever had, you know, the first 3 months are just scary because the baby may not make it, because you just don't know. It's just one of those things. They just may not survive, and that's why they say it's usually good to wait until the 3-month mark. You know, we hit the 3-month mark, and it was just such a great feeling. I felt such a big sense of relief knowing that, you know, now we can scream from the rooftops, even though it's still from 3 months to 9 months, things can happen. But I just felt such a relief knowing that, like, we're finally here, and like I can finally, you know, really feel comfortable enough to tell you guys, and I can start talking about it, and I can get super excited. Not that I wasn't excited before that, because I was totally excited before that, but I just, like I said, I felt like I needed to be, I just knew that this could be different, because it's kind of a different situation for Charles and I than it might be for someone who's never had chemo, or someone who's never had a situation that may change, you know, the pregnancy aspect. I don't know, I don't even think I'm saying that right, because I'm a little nervous talking about this. Baby's doing great. We are going to be having our next sonogram very, very soon. This is our fourth sonogram. Pregnancy brain is real, but we're having another one very, very soon. I'm super excited about that. I'm pregnant, and it's awesome. So happy I can finally talk to you guys about it. I'm so happy that I can finally just get off my chest just everything that I've been wanting to say, which I still have so much I want to talk about. I want to tell you guys kind of how my first trimester went. I want to talk about things that I went through with my body so far. I want to talk to you guys all about this stuff. I'm so excited and thrilled about it, and I hope you guys want to hear more about it too. I know today's vlog was a little bit intense, and I got a little bit in depth. If you want to hear more about that, I'd be willing to share a little bit more within reason. Obviously, I want to respect Charles, and I want to respect his wishes, but he was very comfortable with me talking about, you know, kind of like what we were thinking about, and what we were going through when we found out we were pregnant. And, you know, it was just a crazy story. He's always been hanging around me a lot. She knows I'm pregnant. I know she does. She's from my legs. I'll definitely talk to you guys you know, about some more stuff if he's cool with it. Maybe I'll bring him on to my channel. We can kind of talk about it in depth. But if you guys want to hear so much more about pregnancy stuff, please stay tuned. It's going to be happening on this channel. I'd love to do a pregnancy Q&A on this channel. So if you guys want to, go ahead and put some questions that you may have for me in the comment section down below, and I will answer all of those questions. If there's any type of videos that you guys do want to see revolving around my pregnancy, let me know. I'm an open book. I'm not gonna say, sorry guys, it's been so long, but really, when I started filming, I have like 3 videos that I've actually filmed that when I found out I was pregnant, I haven't edited and put up. But I'm thinking I might just put those in the archives, and maybe one day I'll release them. But I feel better now that I have a little bit more energy. I can't wait to kind of take you guys on this journey that I'm personally going on. I don't know, it's gonna be crazy. This is gonna be a crazy, crazy year. All right guys, I will see you next time for the next video, and thank you so much for watching. If you're brand new, don't forget to subscribe, because it's gonna be crazy, crazy. And if you liked today's video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. All right, bye guys.